Libra, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 1st to the 15th, 2025 reading for you. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We're like that. Ooh, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. I don't read reverse cards, so there we go. Oh, interesting. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, I think it's very interesting that you end with the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is like, it's coming out of a place of worry, of doubt, of fear, of chaos, of feeling overwhelmed, Libra. And this is a very interesting time because we're in Libra time period. We're right in the thick of it all right? And we have some astrological energies that are coming forward during this time period that are going to play a powerful part in the way that we feel and the way that we interact. So on the 6th of October, we have the full moon in Aries, okay? And Aries is our sister sign, so it brings out the best, it brings out the worst in us. And there's an intensity here. We have fire right at our heart. So we're definitely embracing that fire energy. I see it as really bringing out the best in us. It's tenacity, it's determination, it's fire, it's passion. And we're going to be embracing that energy quite fully. Now, also, on the 6th of October, we have Mercury entering into Scorpio. And what that means is that we really are diving deeper into things. We want to know the hows, the whys, the secrets. We want the secrets to be revealed. So we're finding order out of chaos, or we're looking at things with a much more kind of practical mind, determined mind than we had been looking at them before. It brings us then to the 13th of October. And on the 13th of October, we have two major things happening. Okay, so we have Pluto going direct, which means that everything that was stagnant, okay, everything that didn't feel like it was moving, now it starts to move. And that we feel here, like we feel the doors opening. I mean, like that's going to be just profound for us. And also we have Venus entering into Libra. Why is that a big deal for us, Libra? Well, we are, first of all, Libras. And secondly, we're ruled by Venus. So with Venus entering into Libra on the 13th, we feel like we've come home. All right, this is also us very much connecting with love, with what we are passionate about, with what we desire. It's harmony, okay? It brings harmony and positivity into the world on the same exact day where the stagnation in life is lifted on a global scale and on a personal scale. So it can be the sense of chaos in one sense, because we have this movement, you know, like the falling tree that was over the river has been lifted, right? We have this movement of water, this movement of life coming forward. And then we have this coziness of love, this connection with our hearts. So at the heart of it all is the Queen of Wands. This is fire, this is passion, this is determination, this is focus and intuition leading us forward. This is us looking at our magic, however we see it, however we say it. We are looking at our own personal gifts. We're looking at our passion and determination and, you know, intuition that is leading us forward. We have our heart guiding us. It's guiding our steps beautifully. We are turning towards the sun. We have, you know, the lion energy, which can be Leo energy. Fire sign energy is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have that energy of Leo on our throne with the lion. There's a fierceness to us. There's a power to us. There's also a sense of being seen, of, you know, kind of like a spotlight, taking up space, being on the stage. Now, Leo is ruled by the sun. And so our challenge is the sun. So it can be feeling uncomfortable with the spotlight. It can be, you know, having a bit of a difficulty with a fire sign energy. But what you're going to be seeing here is that you're having trouble letting yourself shine. You're having trouble embracing your magic, embracing your intuition, embracing your passion, embracing your fire. And this is going to be a time for you, Libra, where you're looking at yourself and saying, what is it that I want? You know, and why am I afraid to take up space in this way and move myself forward? Now, part of this is the stagnation that we are feeling up until the 13th, where things seem to just pop open, kind of like a champagne cork, just pop and everything flows. What we're going to see is that we need to focus on the fact that doors are opening, but we also need to focus on what it is that we want. We are going to be closing certain doors and saying, you know what? No, this isn't for me. This isn't what I want. This isn't what I'm looking for. Why, was I even walking down this road? Or, why did I care what happened here? And so with the two of Pentacles, with the two of Wands, you are going to see that passion is guiding you. Fire, determination, the reason for getting out of bed in the morning is igniting you forward. And this is a real sense of determination, focus, insight, really being a part of you, leading you, guiding you in different ways that you hadn't expected. And you are focusing on opening up more doors for yourself, more pathways forward that once seemed either like, oh, I don't care about this, or it seemed impossible. And you're looking here because the energy that is now leaving is the Four of Cups. And that energy with the Four of Cups is this sense of, I was so focused in one way, and then Spirit opens up a door. Spirit hands a gift. And it's like, you have to look over here. But usually it comes through some sort of chaos, some sort of, anger, tenacity. Like, it's tenacity, but it's like it pulls you in a different direction, and we can get really ticked over it because we have our plans, we have our way forward. It looks like this, it looks a very certain way, and now we are pulled in a different direction, and that calls to our passion, calls to our fire, calls to what it is that we want, starts opening up doors we didn't even realize. We're going to be drawn to very passionate people on the first half, or in the first half of October. There is something about people having a spark to them, a fire to them, a sense of, this is what I'm going to do and nothing's going to stop me. That is very, very, very intriguing to us. We can agree with them or we can disagree with them, but we're still going to find that energy to be intriguing. And yet, stepping into that energy is going to seem overwhelming for us. There's a hidden magic within us that is coming out during this time. And it's time for us to weave that into our personality, into what it is that we want, letting that passion shine through, and not being the one that always tries to keep the balance, keep the peace, keep the harmony of it all. We might need to upset the apple cart just a little bit during this time to really see ourselves move forward in the way that we want. And our strength is chaos. It's here with the devil. Now here, this is the horned one, but this is connecting with nature. It is connecting with what we deeply want and I'm looking for. Now, this is also Capricorn energy. December 22nd to January 19th is the time frame. What we are going to see here is that there's a light within the darkness that is guiding us. There is a sense of being protected by our totem animals, our spirit guides, or spirit animals. There is a sense of kind of like the wildness protecting us. And there's protection in the wild. There's protection in the chaos. And I don't know how exactly that's going to come about for each and every one of you, but there is a sense of, once we release the sense of, I need a plan, right? I need to have a list. I need a plan. I need to be like absolutely militant with the way that I'm looking at things. Once we release that, all of a sudden, it's like wildflowers start to grow and they take your breath away. They're beautiful and they're meaningful. And with Capricorn energy, Capricorn likes rules, likes structure, likes order, and there's nothing wrong with that at all, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is all about the rules. It's all about the structure. It's all about the top-down structure. This is the way things are done. And our strength can be, this is the way things are done. But it is also going to be, but we're weaving in the chaos. We are saying that, yes, this is the way things are done, because we don't want lawlessness and chaos. We don't want chaos. We don't just want everything to run amok. What we want is to let the beauty of creation, to let the beauty of, kind of like handmade come into play. It doesn't need to be perfect like made by a machine, right? Soulless. We're letting the soul come in. And what's very interesting to equate that to the devil card, which you're like, really, Dane, the soul? But I do see that as part of nature, is the fact that it is chaotic. The part of something done by hand is the fact that it is not perfect. That's why it's done by a person. And so then it has a soul, because it has that chaos to it. It has that unpredictability. Unpredictability, let me know in the comment box below. But it lets us have that bit of wonderment to it. So connecting with the wonderment is going to be important here. It brings us then to judgment. It brings us to our near future with a part of ourselves awakening and a part of ourselves being inspired. This part has been asleep for just way too long. And we have felt like, I don't know where to go, right? I don't know what to do. And now you're going to hear your angels calling you. You're going to hear kind of like a deeper call, a deeper sense of purpose, almost like a vocation instead of just an existence or just a job. And it doesn't mean that it has to bring in money, but it is a sense of my soul is calling to me. My passion is awakening. I'm letting myself shine. The sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. What are we saying about, what does that say? That our challenge is to embrace the happiest card in the whole entire deck. To say, I get to be happy. Happiness does not have to look like other people say it should, okay? What you're going to see here, as long as you do no harm, as long as you embrace love and you walk gently on this earth, okay? As long as you connect heart and soul, you're going to see doors open for you. And they might not be how you expected. They most likely won't be how you expected them to be. But because you've learned a lesson that it's not exactly how we thought. It's not how we planned. Spirit is pulling you in a different direction. The part of you that is awakening is being empowered. It's being emboldened. And you're seeing yourself move forward during this time, guided by your angels, but into the unknown, but into a blessing. Because I always see this as like the mist of Avalon. And so you're taking your knowledge, you're taking your power, you're taking your understanding. You're going to have people with you where you might not always see them as a help, right? You might see them at times as a hindrance, as a frustration. That's okay. They might see us that exact way. Not just you, Libra, but I'm putting myself in the same way where it's like, we're not always one thing or another. And so here, moving forward, embracing knowledge, embracing understanding, but like charting the unknown, going forward in a way that is unpredictable and beautiful for you, and knowing that you have the knowledge for this. You don't have to learn more. That's a part of an air sign energy. I can always learn more. I need to go back and I need to start again. Like I just need to dive into things more. Maybe I need to go back to school. Maybe I need to have more credentials behind me. No, maybe you need to jump and do. Because that's why the Queen of Wands is at your heart. It is time for the passion. It is time for the fire. Like, yes, of course, if you are going to do something that needs training, right? If you're going to be a doctor, you need training for that. But here it is embracing your power and yourself, and it's seeing you in a very open and honest way. You have more to you than you think you do. And it's also saying, I can't plan for everything, which Libra, we don't like. Like, it's not that, yeah, it is that. We want to be able to, kind of look at every predicament, every situation, and have a way forward for it, have a balanced way forward. And that's just not this time. And that is okay, because we're going to see doors opening in a way that is astounding, is beautiful, is instinctive at times, and is forcing us to shine. And it brings us then to the King of Pentacles. Now, this is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, enhancing that Capricorn energy. If you have Capricorn in your chart, it's going to come through very powerfully during this time, or Capricorn in your life. But the King of Pentacles is success. It is abundance. It is moving towards what it is that you deeply desire. And it's seeing yourself embracing a kingdom. It's seeing yourself ruling a kingdom. It is looking at success and prosperity in a very honest way, in a very tenacious way, in a very determined way. It's looking at your wealth, and it is seeing how, I want to say, like, how it can work for you, but it doesn't mean that you have to invest and diversify and do all these things that might be like completely overwhelming, or that are completely overwhelming. It is a sense of, this is what I want. This is my focus. This is my tenacity, my determination leading me forward. And this is mine. A king does not say, oh, this is yours. Like, please take care of this for me. This is mine. It is my divine right to rule my existence. And I move forward in wisdom. I move forward in success. I move forward in bounty and prosperity. And it brings us to the fear and the hope of the Knight of Wands. And the fear and the hope of the Knight of Wands being our fire and our tenacity and our determination guiding us. But we're afraid of it. Why? Because air feeds fire, right? And can the passion get out of hand? Sure, it can. And at times it has. But what you're going to see here is that you love very passionate things during this time. Passionate people, passionate ideas, passionate stories. Passion is going to be intoxicating to you because it's like love, but it can also be lust, but it's also just going to be intriguing. It's going to be fun. It's going to be beautiful. You want to move forward in that passion, and yet we fear the anger, the frustration, the chaotic side of fire, untamed, okay, unrestrained. And here we fear that for ourselves. What if we let our passion move forward and it's unrestrained, it's unhoned, and it just burns everything down? But what if it doesn't? What if we embrace a bit of chaos and a bit of justice, a bit of law and order and balance to it all? And we mix those two together to bring a beautiful color forward, to bring a beautiful connection forward. We have a tendency during this time, Libra, to overthink. And it's not because you don't care. Libra, you care too much. You care too much. You want to be just and fair to everyone and everything. And when you realize that this is your life, you have to be just and fair to you first. That's going to be really important here. You're climbing out of doubt and fear. You're climbing out of chaos and feeling lost and overwhelmed. But people don't see that. People see you as the person on this bed, carved on this bed, right? In fine robes, moving forward, success, prosperity, bounty, abundance. Do you not see the person with their head in the hand, in the red, worrying, doubting, fearing about tomorrow? So you might not feel like you get the, not respect, but yeah, respect, or it's sympathy, it's understanding, it's connection that you want. This is going to be a time where if you need help, ask for it. This is going to be a time of moving forward in connection, in deeper understanding. But this is also a time of stepping out of worry. You can worry your life away, and people do. Don't do that to yourself. You're here because you see the world differently. You're here because you connect to the world differently. And now it is time to move forward in the strength of compassion, instead of seeing it as a weakness, in the strength of determination, of heart, of love, and of beauty. You are opening the door. And once you start to see that you yourself are opening the door to so much more, you're going to be surprised at what comes in. Because the way that you were focusing on everything, the way that you had wanted things to line up like little toy soldiers in a child's game, it wasn't it. Because the child's game has changed. And it doesn't have the same rules. It doesn't have the same layout that it did when we were little. And life was more black and white page, black print. This is it. This is the real book. Follow it. Now you're weaving chaos into things, a bit of beauty, but that human connection that transforms. Remember, the devil is simply the conglomeration of chaos gods throughout the ages, as they were, incorporated and, collected by Christianity as Christianity swept and took over. You're reclaiming a bit of the wildness of your heart, of the world, of yourself. And you're walking forward in that knowledge. You're questioning. Yes, there's worry, there's doubt, there's fear. But that comes with being human. And sometimes we think, we're alone in the worry and in the fear. We are never. Life brings so many anxieties forward. But we are guided in our strength and in our connection to our inner wisdom and to spirit. Let yourself shine. Do not be afraid to shine during this time. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Here we have angelic. Your angels are with you, Libra, in an exquisite, powerful, connective way. Your angels are walking with you. Be confident in that knowledge. It moves us then to our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides. This is play. This is the heart chakra. And what's beautiful about the heart chakra and about play is that we do not play when we do not feel safe as human beings. So here it's feeling safe. It's letting joy come in. It's letting play be a part of you. It's letting laughter come into your heart and yourself. And what's beautiful about the heart chakra as a Libra is that you live in your heart. As much as you are an air sign and also live in your head, it's when your heart and your head are openly talking to each other and not, hostile enemies and saying, no, this is the right way. No, this is it. As you let yourself fully feel and let yourself fully think on the matter. So let the feelings come in and let yourself respect them and move forward and flow forward in you. Doors open in a profound and almost mysterious way. It's like you're reclaiming yourself. It moves us then to the energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Here we have two. We have the Three of Wands and the Princess of Pentacles. So the Princess of Pentacles is the Page of Pentacles, okay? There are certain doorways that are moving forward, that are going to open up for you, or certain things that are going to come in. And it seems like a really good idea. For the short term, it might be. It's not going to have long-term results to it. There is somebody who you're going to connect with who is going to play off of your ego, okay? And this person is very short-sighted. They think like a child, right? It's kind of like better to sweets now than, you can have one piece of candy now, or you can have 5 pieces of candy in 5 minutes. This person is going to be like the one piece of candy now. Thank you very much. So here, there is a sense of a very short-sighted endeavor that is going to be offered to you. Now, whether it's money, it's around money or what you value as much as money, but it doesn't have the substance to it that you think it has, okay? Be mindful about that. It moves us then to our subconscious spirit message, and this is blessed. You are blessed. Let that blessing shine forward. Let yourself shine forward as blessed, because we do have that challenge of letting ourselves shine for one reason or another, Libra. Here, it's time to embrace letting yourself shine. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, and this is determination. This is the solar plexus chakra. This is swimming upstream for a reason. Things have been challenging, things have been hard, things have been overwhelming. There's a reason to it, okay? You're swimming against the current. It feels of life at times. And remember, as long as you move forward in love and respect and harmony and in kindness, let yourself shine. Follow your gut, follow your intuition. It moves us then to the subconscious energy here to be mindful of, and it's the 6 of Pentacles. And I always see this as the Minor Arcana Justice card. So like in the little things that are throwaway things that won't matter as much in 5 years, right? That's what I see the Minor Arcana as. It's the little things that make up our day to day, but it's kind of the things that we can forget about, but are big in the moment. Things are out of balance, okay? You need to have things in balance for you, okay? You also need to honor your work and honor the time and integrity you put into things. And don't undersell yourself or oversell yourself, right? Not oversell yourself as if you're like hyping yourself up, but overextending yourself and not being able to produce what it is that you want to produce. So just be aware of that it can come in the form of work. It can come in the form of time. It can come in the form of, overcommitting yourself to certain things. And here you want things to be balanced and harmonized. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, and this is the Hangman. The Hangman is you're looking at things quite differently than you have before. And it is letting yourself be uncomfortable because you're going through a spiritual awakening, or you're going through an awakening of spirit and self. And you are claiming your space. You're claiming what it is that you want in a very different way, but in a more enlightened way. You find yourself it feels like you're walking in a different world. And as you're claiming what it is that you truly love and truly want, you're claiming your power and you're claiming you much more openly and honestly than before. And yeah, it's also giving yourself permission to be different. You don't have to fit in and conform in any way, shape, or form. You just have to embrace your soul and embrace your joy. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Have a blessed beginning of October and a blessed life. Bye.